Hello, everyone. We need about 20 seconds or 30 seconds or however long for it to
Yeah,
catch up on the other
this
platforms.
isn't the real part of the show.
Right. Like it's just the intro.
Yeah,
Here with
this is
Dr.
extra.
Brandon Marshall.
A lot of people thread me as Bradley Bliss saying that they can report me for saying I'm a doctor because I'm giving false medical advice. But I don't think I ever gave false medical advice. So I think I'm all right.
Well, and also, doctor, you can be a doctorate in English, has nothing to do with medical.
Right.
Hydrate with Brandon. Oh, do I only have your. What's your Facebook? Oh, here, I found you. Okay. It's on the Book of the Faces. It's on the
Nice.
YouTube. It's loading everywhere. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rich and Hydrated. We're rich and hydrated. Today, today with Dr. Brandon.
Yes. I'm the
How are
doctor of all things.
of English, of science, of medicals, of all the things, of philosophy, of surviving the left, all the doctors.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What are you up to? What are you working on right now?
Selling my house.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, we're
Yes.
home selling, working, operations in Rebecca's business, things like that. Many
So
life
you
transitions.
you have like a baller house right now. Like the classical baller house. I'm using air quotes.
Yeah, we got two baller houses in the moment where we got a temporary vacation house now.
Oh shit. And where will you be moving into? Because I've been following your from buying this big house and then in hindsight seeing all the misalignment,
Yeah.
right? Like I've been following the journey so much because I'm in a similar, but again, I'm just a different environment where I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing, and I'm like, this ain't it, man. This
Yeah.
ain't it.
So we're in the new house now. This is my new office space, and yeah, I'm gonna drive over to the other house today, and it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely been like a ego challenge being in that house, and you definitely. When it comes to wealth and everything like that, you realize there's certain mortgages that you take on that end up being wealth destroyers, and and yeah, it's like it's kind of crazy because a lot of us we learn where it's like, okay, you buy a house and your own house is your investment and you're putting money into yourself, but then when you look at all the numbers, you're like, oh wait, this is really this is more of like an appearance thing or a liability thing rather than an asset. But yeah, I could go in many different directions about my emotions around the house.
Well, no, and I'd love to hear some. Again, we can. I know you and I could talk forever because so long, we go way back. Um, can you tell me something? And I might be a little bit even like selfish for asking this, but could you tell me something about the inner process of like when you're moving into something that was kind of sold to you to be the dream,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of like, am I not appreciative enough? Like, am I not doing the dream life good enough? Like, am I not gratituding hard enough? Like that process to the conclusion where it's like, no, it's just not aligned.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was definitely like an image thing of holding on to it because we bought it as a forever home, and then we realized actually the passing of Katie Bug really made me realize the importance of the house, but knowing that it was a temporary chapter, and I truly feel like that house added to her life and added like the quality of years of her final 2.5 years were a lot better because we were coming from Maryland and she had weakness in her hind legs and it was going back and forth of getting her strength back. But once she got into that house, like it's like a second wave of youth came and she was energetic. She loved it. She would get lost in the backyard. She would sunbathe on the deck. We had like a double deck. So I'm like, wait, did we buy that? Was this Katie's dream house? Like, cause then we moved her here, and she was with us here for maybe 2 months, 2.5 months, and then her passing. And then it's like, wait a minute, like this was her slow down house, and where she and really looking back on that too, it was like it all happened so much better than I thought it would. But looking back at that house, it was like this was like a Katie chapter house, and then us too. We're like second in the pecking order there.
The dog is the main character, and everything revolves around them. I agree. How long has who initiated the conversation of like, hey, maybe this house ain't it?
Maybe me. I think me. Yeah, because I think Rebecca was like that was like she fell in love with the house when she walked in. Austin was an interesting experience, though. Like as soon as we moved to Austin, Rebecca struggled with stomach viruses in the beginning, and a lot of weird social stuff. And it felt like the house wasn't grounding. Like this, as soon as moving into this new house I'm talking from right now, it's like Rebecca's been a lot more grounded. The business is stabilized more. Income has went up, even with having to sell the house and bills being higher. It wasn't just a financial thing. It was just like the house was open energetically. So yeah, like I think like managing the house, we both brought the conversation up every once in a while. And, but I think ultimately, like I was like, I'm done managing all this. And there definitely was resentment at some point, and then now a lot more gratitude of like what that chapter represented.
What did you look for in the new house?
It was familiar. This house is familiar to the house that we moved from in Maryland a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's more grounded, has more space inside, a little bit simplicity. Like the yard is more manageable. It's like it feels like the house is supporting us rather than like we're always behind on the house. So that was a big thing. And beauty, like we wanted beauty. We didn't want to just be like leaving our quote unquote dream house and then feeling like, oh, we're settling. So, this house actually feels larger on the inside, like more rooms, like Rebecca's more contained in her office. I feel like I have more rooms to work from, maybe less outdoor deck area, but I think it's perfect for our season right now.
What did it feel? So maybe a little preface. I don't know what your perspective is on that, but as someone who has like traveled extensively myself, I believe that people, places and spaces have like an energy to them, right? And yeah. I always say like new and very classic, like New York is like go, go, go. It's very square and straight line energy and like very, very sharp. Whereas like the moment you land in New Orleans, it's like you're on a pink champagne bubble. Like you're even though you don't drink, right? Yeah. But houses have the same thing.
Yeah. I would say like the old house, it was like, wait, am I still, okay. It was like a retirement community. It actually originated as like somewhere people in Austin go to retire and hang out at the lake or whatever. And it's evolved since then. But I think the energetic code of that neighborhood is like retirement. So I think even that, it's like not as activating. And it was like paradise. It was like, celebrating a milestone, but kind of like, okay, where do we go from here type of energy. And back here, it feels more like this house feels more activating. And like, we're still in, like we're still in our 30s, 40s energy rather than we're like acting like we're 70. See, it was a Katie house. Like it was like a senior dog house.
Katie house.
But yeah, it's definitely more active. Even like trick or treat, we had more trick or treaters come by than the other house. We had like one trick or treater in the old house. So
there's like a vibrancy to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so important. I love that. So just for our watchers, followers, listeners, you and I go way back digitally. Yep. We were hardcore, extreme leftovers. Which is kind of weird.
Oh, so that's what so leftovers is like the leftist play on the leftist word.
It's just a kind of like a word joke because you can be a leftover while being on the right, but the overlap of leftover characteristics tends to be mostly with politically left.
Yeah.
Um, but it's so and you and like your corner and my corner had this weird kind of split because yes, we were vocal about the leftover subjects and we were still doing the work ourselves,
Yep.
which is very anti-leftover, right?
Yeah, we weren't victims.
Yeah, like we could be raging against the injustices of the world, but we were still fucking bawling and doing the work and showing up.
Yeah, I would say back then it felt like I guess I was given the impression that like speaking on certain issues back in like 2017 or 2018 was revolutionary and the coaches weren't doing it and like it seemed important. But then, after 2020, you realize like all the psyops and like all the coaches are pressuring each other to do it. And it's like, wait a minute, there's something, this isn't very revolutionary.
Well, and I feel like at the beginning, I always say that the left found me. Like I was angry at the world, so I'm marching down the street, right? Like with digitally or and physically. And like then the left found me and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is fun. Okay, we're marching together." And then they did something weird again, so they kept going, and I'm like, "Well, okay, bye-bye." And like I'm still going right straight. But I haven't moved, which also is not true. Like we probably got a much more grounded and milder
Yeah.
more acceptant of of like the realities of the world. But do you remember which aspect or like which phase you realized like, hey, this ain't it, man?
I got pushed out.
You got pushed out. You got fucking ostracized.
Because I mean, I think it was only a matter of time if you have a sense of humor and kind of like a libertarian mindset. But in 2000, was it 2000? I think it was the end of 2018, or yeah, because I think I was being canceled, and then I was invited on a podcast to be shamed. But there was like a playoff game, and I'm like, I'm not like not going to watch a playoff game with the Ravens to be shamed on the podcast. Why are you inviting me on a Sunday? But basically, we did a live stream, Rebecca and I, and Rebecca like brought up concern before this, and I was like, whatever, because like it was this woman in the, I guess I can just mention her name. Her name was Lorna Johnson at the time.
I remember her. She
But I
had
think
a
she
full on turnaround, by the way.
yeah. She's definitely had a journey. And I think she was infamous at the time for saying there are no victims. And then on the live stream, we're talking, and she was going off like it was supposed to be a live stream about marketing. She was going off on there not being victims, and we try to be the good like social justice warriors and being like, well, they're not, that doesn't apply to everything, and like some people in certain circumstances, and then race got involved in the conversation, and we were actually trying to like put a counter argument to Lorna, but everyone in the comments were like, no, fuck this guy, fuck Rebecca. Like they were mad at all of us and saying we were supposed to shut down the live stream or not talk about it and things like that. So that was a big eye-opening thing for me, where I saw people just go with whatever narrative that they weren't even hearing the live stream. They were just going with whatever was going through their filter. And I was like, oh, this is what happens when someone's getting canceled online. And they just went with their own narrative. Some people said that we did it on purpose to get engagement and to just stir up. And I do like stirring up shit, but like that's not something I was choosing to do at that time. So yeah, that was very eye-opening for me when that happened.
How did it feel?
It felt awful because like you're just like looking at your social media friends and you're wondering like which ones like think a certain way about you, or because like we had friends, people in masterminds just flip without a conversation. Like they've decided like, oh, you're a bad person, we're done with you.
I'm not really sure what happened. Like I've a fairly analytical mind, and I keep trying to like retrace where it went off because during COVID, like it speed up, sure, but it already was prior to that.
Yeah.
Like the plan, like the seeds were already planted, and it's just super funny. Like yesterday, like like Twitter came for me because I posted, and I love Twitter by the way because I'm like a big Second Amendment person, right? But
Right.
like I posted here in California, gas is $5.80. You know where it's not in Bozeman because I want to go back to Bozeman, right? So and people were like, no, it's not. I'm like, well, I literally just filled up my car. Well, and like people came for me saying like, well, when you say here in California, you mean average. I'm like, no, no, and like that big people again, let them argue, and I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
It's a
It's
whole
crazy.
it's a whole conversation. Like you're having a whole conversation on your own that I have nothing to do with. And I'm a white supremacist now because I did 75
Of
hard,
course.
obviously.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't get fit. How dare you? Are you now on the right?
I would definitely say I'm conservative. Yeah, I'm on the right, but I just want to make sure there's nuance and like I'm thinking for myself. Like I pissed off Trump supporters probably like a day or two ago, saying like, I don't agree with this tweet about like what was it, Rob Reiner, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't agree with the tweet, and then I had like Trump loyalists are like, you don't get it. So yeah,
Okay,
I'd
yeah, I do
say
get it.
I'd say I'm conservative, definitely. But sometimes sometimes you got to piss off both sides.
What is what are you working on in life right now in general?
I would say just I'm kind of like in between chapters, working on my wife's business and making the house transition and honoring Katie Bug's life. So it's like definitely, and we're probably, I'd imagine we're moving into the chapter of having kids. I think like that's the energy that I feel. I just feel like Katie was a big presence in our life, and she was meant to have her own chapter, and then the kids chapter was meant to be separate all along. So it's a really good transition period, a lot of excitement, a lot of new stuff happening in life, but also a lot of closing of chapters.
Oh, that's so fucking real.
Yeah.
How do you navigate both of them at the same time?
I think it's I think you just take it one day at a time. It's definitely it was almost like Dark Night of the Soul light, kind of. I've had the Dark Night of the Soul in 2017 with, I said goodbye to a house without a choice. Like I was getting kicked out of a house. Through foreclosure, there was bankruptcy, there was, a relationship falling apart and things like that. But like, this is like, closing a chapter with dignity. So it's a lot lighter. It's like I've been through life transitions before, but this is light, and there's a lot to celebrate, and there's like a lot of learning experiences to take with that. So it's like nothing really stops, and it's all like happening at the same time, but it's like overall it's kind of like gentle on our systems too. Something beautiful about Katie is like I got to have like a relationship that came to completion, but there's no, we're your best friends, and there's none of that human stuff or no betrayal or anything like that. And it happened in such a beautiful way. It's almost like kind of looking at it, it's like, it's actually healing for the times in the past. It's actually like a full circle moment of, like she saw me for everything that I am, and down to the core, and there's no stories that go along with it. It's just like a beautiful chapter that ended. And I think that kind of ties into the house as well. It actually kind of released like some resentment of looking at it as a negative investment or things like that. It's like, no, this was like perfect for our journey and the lessons that we learned. So I think really coming to that conclusion makes the transition a lot easier.
How old was Katie? Katie Bug?
14
14.
or like almost 14.
How old are you?
How old am I? 37. Or no,
37.
38. I'm 38. I'm 38.
38. Okay, okay. Have you always had a big connection and deep connection with animals, or is that something of the perhaps later years or with Katie Buck? Like,
I had a deep connection with my childhood dog, Zach, and we had another childhood dog after that named Andy. But I think like there was just a deeper connection with Katie because that was like I was her caretaker, and it definitely there was like an instant connection there. Like I was like I know this one's my dog, and like yeah, it's been quite a journey.
so back when I was still like cold and like angry at the world,
Yeah,
I had pets, but I just had pets, and I would judge people with dogs so much, fucking taking their dog everywhere. It's on every
yeah.
fucking Tinder profile. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Now I got 6 dogs, by the way. I have my own Belgian Malinois. I'm like, if someone even looks at him nasty, I will actually punch them. If my Belgian Malinois wants to borrow my kidneys or my car, it's an instant yes. There is such a deep connection, and it heals something. Like there's time travel. Like you said, it heals something retrospectively.
Yeah.
And um, tell me about Katie Buck. Was she funny?
Oh yeah. Well, it dropped me in my heart, like because I got her instantly, like fell in love with her and wanted her, and it was like it was the summer of 2013, and she was like a year and a half old. But I just bought a new house, and then there was the moment, and it's funny how we changed because it's like in that moment she was biting up the railings, causing all this trouble, and I was having second thoughts, and I remember I'd be on a like I worked at a job at my job as security at Bank of America, and I would be on the phone with my mom. I was like, "Yeah, I think I got to return her. Like, this is bad. This is not good. I can't get attached to this to Katie." And then I came home and she did a few cute tricks, and I kept her. But it's so funny that like it's like this attachment to material stuff, or like I have a new house and I can't have it bitten up, to she's jumping on couches and sleeping with me, and like and she definitely made a messy exit in this house, and it's like it really dropped me into like the beauty of caretaking, and nothing really replaces the bond you have uh, among like the material stuff or having new stuff getting messed up or whatever that is. So there's definitely a lot that kind of like dropped me deeper in my heart from having her, and then going through spiritual awakenings on that journey. But as your question, yeah, she's a troll. She's funny. Like she have we had at the old house we had 4 doors going on to the outside, and in my post I said 3 doors, but actually no, we had 4 sliding doors, 1 upstairs and 3 downstairs. And she would ask to go out from the master bedroom. I know you're not allowed to say master bedroom these days.
Oh, wait, you're not?
Yeah, you're a white supremacist if you say master bedroom.
Yes, it is. Wait about my master audio on my like video edit.
Yeah. So we let her out, and of course she did this thing because like she tried to get treats for like she'd bark and cause trouble, and then try to get treats to come in. But she would go out of the master bedroom, then run away around to the other side of the house and scratch a door on the other side. So I would go and get her there. And, we just had different types of games that we play. Like sometimes I open the door and I want to give her a treat, but she just stand there and it's like, where's my treat? And you just hear silence. And then sometimes I chase her and she just like run down the deck, and then she come back like seconds later trying to play the game again. So there's definitely some treat psyops going on in the relationship. And she definitely had character, probably was my fault, but yeah.
I love that. I remember when I put my rescue shepherd to sleep so not this November, but last year. And I remember like the moment after he passed, standing outside, and there was like this moment where like you become so aware of time, and you like it's almost like a movie where you
Yeah.
see the leaves and you see the leaves, right? Like you
Yeah.
see and you hear them, and like it's so weird that the whole world spins and you're here in this moment
Oh yeah.
grieving your dog in this case. Like time slows down with grief. It's super
Hmm.
trippy. And
Yeah.
it's almost like offensive that the world keeps spinning. I don't know how
Yeah.
you, but I'm like, how dare y'all keep going? Like, do y'all
Yeah.
not see what's going on over here?
Right.
How are you honoring her now? And you're still fresh in it, by the way, right? So
Yeah.
like,
I think there's like a bigger understanding of how important she was to the family. You
mhm.
know, I got my pictures and her collar over here. But yeah, it's like I don't want her to be forgotten. You know, I want her. She's very important, and like I think a lot of times, people can kind of minimize it, like, oh well, having a dog's nowhere like being having kids and all that stuff. But we were definitely a trio over here.
Do you still hear her walk in the night?
I haven't heard her walk, but I think she blesses us with her farts. So I think that's how she does it. So
Oh my god, too fucking funny. Oh, is she a little farty machine?
yeah, yeah. The last night we slept together, like something was going on in her stomach, and like the last two nights I had her in the office, like on the bed, because she had some sinus issues and she was working. There was some blood dripping out of her nose, so we kept her on her bed in here in the last two nights. But the last night we spent together in bed, like the room was just like she had one last goodbye. I didn't know that was going to be the last time, but it was intense. I didn't. I was like, I was tired. Rebecca wanted to go to the gym. I'm like, no, I still gotta sleep. I didn't sleep all night.
Oh my god. So now you get whiffed by some of her farties still?
Yeah.
That's so fucking real. I love it. I love it. I love it. Would you have done anything with her differently in hindsight?
I don't think I would have. There's definitely that guilt that happens as soon as it happens, and you're like, should I have done this? Should I have? I was considering, like, because I didn't know exactly what was happening in the moment, but we were getting over her sinuses, and the last night she wasn't drinking or eating, and I was like, is there like a dog IV place? Like, what do we got to do? But I think she was just ready to go. I was in contact with a mobile vet, but she was kind of leaned back a little bit. And, I think I'm glad that there wasn't like alarmism of like dragging her in the car and making it tougher on her. I think she was very comfortable here. She got a lot of deep sleep here. So yeah, I think, and I checked on her early, like, months ago. She had it's been like a 6 month process, I would say, of like noticing her slowing down and, checking in on her cough and usually just bringing her to the vet and everything. They didn't really have, other than her getting old, they didn't really have any answers. I'm glad I got that. I'm glad I got an x-ray like 3 weeks ago, and the x-rays were good because it's kind of like a document of saying like, hey, you did good by her. She was doing fine. She was just aging.
Do you want to share like how she went or like what like how it went? You don't have to, by the way.
Yeah. So a few things were like kind of like her body was giving out a little bit, like um I guess in the last few months, her walk slowed down, and
Mm.
she would sleep more. If we came home from somewhere, she wasn't rushing to the door anymore. But she was very peaceful, sleeping a lot. But then it became a sinus issue that I guess like mid-November she had a sinus issue, and she was sleeping it off and getting better, but it would still kind of linger around. So eventually on Black Friday, I took her to the vet and got her some medicine. And it was loosening things up for her, but I think like, her body was just giving out. She was peeing on the floor a lot and
Mm.
like slowing down and making some messes. As I think there's some kind of comedy there, and that she'd leave with a mess. But overall, like I think it was just aging and like a lot of it, like she wasn't in any like stressful pain other than slowing
Mm.
down, being a little messy and sleeping a lot. So
Did she fall asleep herself?
yeah.
Hmm. Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
peaceful and
And
beautiful.
I didn't know it was the last night, but she was in this office and she was in her bed in the office. And like I didn't know, and I went to sleep, and at like 2:47 a.m. I just got like a nudge to go downstairs, and that's when she was gone. Like
Oof.
and even looking at her, she was like on her side, and I thought she was sleeping at first, and
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna tear up. I'm sorry. Did you bury her?
Oh no.
Is it cremated or?
Yeah, the cremation story is an interesting one too,
Oh, do
because
share.
I just caught a company, and I didn't really, it's not in, in those moments you're not like looking at reviews or anything like that, or looking for a certain company. And she came later in the middle of the day, and like a woman a lot smaller than me, and it was just it's just interesting. Like she comes in, I'm signing the papers, make the payment or whatever, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna come in and carry her. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how, like, you don't have any help? Like, is anyone gonna come in here and help you? Rebecca's on like a call or something, so she sees it going on the outside, like, what's going on here? And it's just like she's like carrying Katie, and I'm like, do it. Like, I feel like I should help her carry her or something like that. But I was like, no, wait, you paid for it. But like, she did it with ease, and carried Katie to her car and asked, like, do you want to say any last goodbyes? And it's like this woman smaller than me. And I'm like saying goodbye to Katie, and then she says something normal, like, have the good rest of your week or whatever, standard small talk. And I couldn't say anything without crying. Like, I just like cried when saying it, and it was an interesting experience to see someone smaller than you just carry your dog out like that.
And then she got cremated,
Yeah.
and then you get like the ashes a few days later.
It's like a 90-day thing. I'm actually
90.
surprised. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't have the ashes yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then she'll get like an honorable spot in the house.
Yeah.
I love it. That's beautiful. How are you? Sorry, we just ended up talking about like pets and grief. Like,
Welcome to the dog cast.
welcome, right? How do you? Which moments do you miss her the most? Because like dogs become such a part of the routine and of life, and like the gaps in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely the routine. She was funny because like if I didn't walk her in a certain amount of time, or if I started doing a work task first, like she would lay there and grumble like,
Cranky, sir.
yeah. So I miss our play fights or zoomies, or when I told her I would take her for a walk and she started biting my ankles, things like that. And just cuddling around with her, like she was just, and the three-way conversations that the banter between Rebecca and I, and having Katie involved in that, like every time Rebecca does something ridiculous, I could say, can you believe her, Katie? Something like
Same.
that.
I'm like, do you see what your dad is doing? It's crazy. And then I make a voice. Did Katie Bug have a voice?
Yeah, like I would say she had a voice.
Like, all dogs have a voices, but like the pit bull has the dumbest voice because she has like a lisp.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, mommy, what's on the TV? Look at them motherfuckers. Dinah, watch your language. my whole conversation. This is so real. The man. Do you believe what Daddy's doing right now?
Or like I'd have smart ass banter with Katie because Katie like would do things, and I'm like, oh, Katie bug, why? And then like Rebecca's like, she's doing her best, Brandon. So, so Rebecca would have her back, or we'd have something like, she needs to file a Paul suit because I'm defaming her. So,
Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. And did she sleep with y'all in the bed?
Yeah.
Same. Oh my God, so good. Where did she sleep? Like on the bed. Like, does she have like a spot specifically on the bed?
On my side.
On your side.
Yeah.
At the feet or at your head?
Yeah, like I had to crunch up sometimes. But like it's a mixture. Like, in her later years, sometimes she would just sleep down here sometimes, and like, you know what? I don't need to bother coming upstairs. She would sleep in the entertainment room over here. Like, she had a lot of sleeping spots in this house. And then something like in her younger years, she would sleep on the floor in her dog bed, but then like jump up in the middle of the night at like 12 or something like that, give Rebecca a jump scare. But then, she stopped doing that as much when her hind legs weakened a little bit and she needed more help getting on the bed. So yeah, there's definitely different chapters.
Can we acknowledge like the fact that us doggy owners will lay in horrible positions just so our puppy can be on the bed, and you're like, my back fucking hurts, man. Like this. And
there's no spatial awareness on their part.
I learned. So you have, what size bed do you have? Queen, king?
King.
Okay, so listen. Did you know there's bigger beds than that?
Oh yeah.
Listen. So the next one is the Wyoming. The biggest one is the Alaskan, which is twice a California king in width.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, yo, I'm telling my husband, because we have big dogs only. And we have like one or two. He used to be like, I don't want dogs on a bed. I'm like, this is it. This is life now, man. So they'll be on my side, but they're too big, right? So I'm like, we need an Alaskan. Because it's twice the width of a Californian. So
I don't even know if that would have helped with Katie. Like, Katie just wants to.
She'll just come to you.
Yeah. There'll be like all this space, and she'll be up against me.
We make the joke like this, like they have their own zip code, and they just keep moving, like colonizing us on the bed.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like, there were times where it's like, you go to sleep and you have leg room, and then something happened in the middle of the night where you're scrunched up and you're like, wait a minute, like what exactly? I don't understand how this happened. I wasn't even conscious when this arrangement was happening.
And then you wake up and you're like, yo, and they're just like, this is so nice. This is great, Mom. This is great. Oh my God. Where would was she a water dog? Did she like the water?
No, not
no water. Because y'all in a hot area.
Yeah. She just pranced around the pool.
Okay.
Didn't go in the pool. And every time I gave her a bath, it was comedy. Like, like I would be wrestling with her, and like water would be splashing on the slide doors, and Rebecca would be watching from the inside. And then she got like, either she was just regulating her nervous system, or she'd get revenge on me because like, after her bath, I'd dry her up a little bit, but then she'd run back and forth on the deck. And then if I let her inside, she'd run back and forth in the hallway and then jump and bite me in my thigh or something like that. So she definitely got her revenge after giving her a bath.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Did she have to have the doggy paws, like against the warmth of the floor? Outside, I mean.
Doggy paws?
Like the socks, so they don't burn. No, it wasn't.
No,
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
They walked really weird one day.
She survived. We did in the later years, sometime this year, she was leaking a lot more, let's say, and I would get her a dog diaper, but that didn't work out. Like she was on the hardwood floor and her legs are just like moving apart like she was going to fall, and that was like an awkward situation. So I was like, okay, we're not going to use that solution.
No doggy diapers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Do you already have a lesson to share
A
about her,
lesson?
from her,
Hmm.
within yourself, as she made you land in your heart?
A big thing is like a deeper level of self acceptance because
Mm.
she reflected who I was, and it kind of goes into the whole concept of leftovers being canceled and all that stuff. It's like, people on the internet, they see like a perception of who you are, and actually something that Rebecca would always say is like, as I'm taking care of Katie, she would be like, I wish I wish people knew this side of you, like during like the Bradley Bliss stuff and like whatever else. It's like, I wish they saw this side of you. And I was like, whatever. But I think that was a big thing, is just like she preserved and knowing and reminding you, like, no matter what people say, you're a good person, and like I see the real you.
Because the Bradley Bliss, can you give us a little head? Like, I fucking love it. I'm like agreeing with everything Bradley Bliss is saying. I'm like, hell yeah, Brad. You tell him.
Yeah,
But
it's
it was a character you created.
yeah, it was just for fun. I just started writing stuff as like a problematic coach, under my real name, and then Rebecca's like, people are going to get confused about this, and they did. Like, I made a post as Bradley Bliss before Bradley Bliss, and it was a joke, and people who knew me were in on the joke, but I was talking about like disowning my kids and and saying like they're not my responsibility anymore. They're 10 years old. They can, and actually a woman who went to high school with me like wrote this lecturing comment saying like, you can't abandon your kids. You need to stay in their life, Brandon. And I'm like, wow, I'm having people from high school think like I just went off the fucking deep end. So eventually I made the Bradley Bliss account, and it's crazy how fast it went viral.
Like, you went viral.
Yeah, and it was a brutal viral, but it was fun. But yeah, like I think the first thing that went viral, it was I posted a graphic of a Bradley tweet, and this woman said 4B all the way, and I didn't know what the 4B movement was.
I don't remind me again, because
The
I knew
4B
it.
movement is something in South Korea, where women are boycotting dating men.
Oh,
So I
I
did a
forgot. I'm
video.
glad I forgot. Now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah,
I
okay.
did a video, and I guess it helped because it was like allergy season in Austin. My face was all inflamed. My eyes were puffy, and I'm like, do you think the 4B movement's going to stop me? I'm the top percent of men in the world, and then I said something like, I'm not the most attractive man, but I'm up there, and that just gave people enough bait, and like it just every account was trying to cancel Bradley Bliss at that point. And then there was the one with the aviators and me saying that women aren't supposed to be wet. That one, I thought that was the thing. I thought that was the thing where people were like, okay, this is a comedy account, but no, like people ran with it and thought it was a real take. So
People got so upset and so insulting. Like, they attempted to insult, at least.
Teal Swan was very upset about that one.
No way. Swan came for you? What,
Yeah,
do you
well, she
remember what
didn't.
she said?
There was this account, Red Flag. His name's Dustin Pointer, and he runs in a field with a red flag. And he was covering Bradley Bliss, the video saying you're not supposed to make her wet, and you don't want to make it a sloppy stew or some other shit. And then I said keep foreplay to 5 minutes or less, no more. And Teal Swan was like this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I'm like,
Oh my God. So as an outsider, it was so weird how people could not see
yeah,
that it was like, it's not, aside from being over the top, because there's plenty of serious over the top people, but this was, it to me it was like you are making fun of the internet world, and
yeah,
by just like writing some words in like a glass bowl and picking out the words, and then I'm like, I'm gonna make a phrase out of it. Like that's how it felt. I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Because it showed how ridiculous the internet is.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how people missed it.
It's interesting. It's like there was like an in crowd of people are like, okay, this is hilarious, and then the other people are like, some people actually legitimately thought that men were following me and taking that advice. But there hasn't been one person that are like, thanks, Bradley Bliss, I'm going to apply this.
Like they do with Andrew Tate. Like Andrew Tate and the Peterson, they have like thousands of comments. Thank you because of you. This right?
I should get like fake commenters and just have like a bunch of people go like, thank you so much, Bradley Bliss. You've blessed my world with this.
Yes, do it. Do it. You'll get the Bradley Bliss movement.
Oh yeah.
Did it pause you ever? Like the hate you got?
Did what?
Did it pause you?
No. I think the most alarming thing was it was very intense in the beginning, and one of the most alarming thing is like a woman started messaging my sister and telling on me, and I was like, I don't want to get her involved in this.
And that's when you created Twin Brother.
Oh yeah. That was like because she said something like your brother shouldn't do this, and so I was like, okay, that can just be like her messaging me, and then it's like, okay, I'm sorry about my twin brother, and a lot of people knew that was fake, but there was a lot of people that believed that too. There was a lot of people who think there is a twin brother.
It's so fucking good. It's like an experiment.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological internet experiment.
Yeah.
Are you still continuing Bliss?
Yeah, I haven't in a couple weeks, but he's still alive and well. He did die once, but he's still.
As one does.
Yeah. The people were mad about that too. They said Bradley faked his death, and I responded saying like, no, actually I did actually die, but then I came back. I never really faked it. It actually did happen.
How did he die?
How did he die?
We can come up with it right now.
I think all of the criticism was overwhelming to his nervous system, and his body shut down temporarily. Yeah. Fair.
Oh my God. Brandon, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
This was a great Kitty Bug podcast. Doggy cast. We'll put the links everywhere. What you're doing, what you're up to. People can figure out life themselves, and we'll put Bliss too. Thank you so much for sharing that chapter with us. It's so fucking real.
Absolutely.
Tell Rebecca said hi. Do the hydration, and yes, and we'll see you on the internet, everyone. Brandon with us, Katie Bug, and Bliss is in there too somewhere.
Yeah. He's around.
Right. Talk to you soon.